Ubisoft CEO condemns the hateful acts against developers following Assassin's Creed Shadows backlash. Now, if you're living under the same rock as Patrick Starr, you're unaware. Ubisoft has a new Assassin's Creed game coming out in Japan called AC Shadows, and there's two protagonists. One is a Japanese woman named Naoe, who is the main assassin. She's going to be playing stealthy. And the other protagonist is a black man named Yasuke, who's going to be a samurai, more action-focused type of combat, based off the historical figure that's shrouded in mystery, because back then it wasn't a lot of, historical text. So, the story of Yasuke is kind of taken on its own life, which, in my opinion, is why they actually chose him as a character. People think it's just like, oh, black DEI, pandering. But I think one of the reasons they picked Yasuke is because in Japan, Yasuke is a very popular character in media. He's in a bunch of different, he was in Neo. He's got his own anime. He's been in a bunch of different cartoons and shit like that. They love him over there. But the issue is a lot of things are shrouded in mystery. There's a lot of debate on what's accurate and what's not. And I think one of the reasons why they used him in the game is because there's a fantasy element to Assassin's Creed. And because he's not 100% rooted in facts, because we don't 100% know what the facts are, it allows them to play with the character design. It allows them to make a more fun game. That's just my theory. People are just like, oh, it's because he's black. I think it's more to it than that. But anyways, yeah, it gives them a lot of leeway for game design. Anyways, a lot of people said, go woke, go broke. He's black. Get that black shit out my face. It's in Japan. We need a Japanese character as the main protagonist. There's a Japanese character who's the main protagonist. The developers have already confirmed the only person using a hidden blade is the Japanese woman. But I guess to the go woke, go broke people, you're not Japanese if you're a woman. Once again, the joke that I've been making is the internet had to decide whether or not they hated niggas or women, and the internet decided they hated niggas more. Ubisoft CEO has answered back to see what's going on. Let's see what he's got to say. Ubisoft CEO Grimada, how do you say his name, has spoken out about the malicious and personal online attacks, and they have been directed at his employees and partners, citing it as one of the major concerns in the game industry at the moment. Y'all are harassing people. Were these racists complaining when they took artistic liberty with biblical stories? Their stories never add up. Grimada gave a wide-ranging interview that was posted on the Ubisoft website on Thursday, speaking about various topics, including the future of Assassin's Creed, X-Defiant, and more. He was also asked what dismays him about the industry currently, and pointed specifically to online harassment in the response. Y'all know my stance. You're allowed to dislike things. You're allowed to be angry about a game. Stop threatening game developers. Just state your criticism. It's never that serious. One thing I'm concerned about right now is the malicious and personal online attacks that have been directed at some of our team members and partners. I want to make it clear that we at Ubisoft condemn these hateful acts in the strongest possible terms, and I encourage the rest of the industry and players to denounce them too. I agree, push back. These motherfuckers are getting really annoying, really loud. I believe in diplomacy, but I also believe in punching people in the mouth. And you should hit a nigga in the mouth when it's the very last option. But sometimes it needs to be an option. And physically, obviously, we can't do that. Also, you shouldn't want to do that. But what I mean is I'm speaking metaphorically. Like, push back on these people because it's getting tired. It's getting tired. Also, your thumbnails on YouTube, they're getting tired. Y'all all make the same thumbnail, the same title. I'm a solutions type of guy, If you genuinely feel like there's an agenda being pushed, what's the solution? Let's talk about that. What's a happy medium that we can meet? Where me as a black person, I'm allowed to exist and enjoy things without upsetting you. What's the happy what's the happy medium? While Grimard didn't mention Assassin's Creed Shadows specifically, his comments follow backlash to the game's male protagonist, a samurai based on the historical black samurai Yasuke. Some pulled AC Shadows into ongoing harassment campaigns targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, aka niggas, efforts on social media, with the International Game Developers Association condemning in a statement in March. I want to make it, that was it. As for what excites him about the gaming industry, he pointed to the evolving technology. If, as game makers, we can adopt and master technological advancements like generative AI and clouds more quickly, we'll be much better positioned to create new standout experiences for players, he said. Assassin's Creed Shadows will launch in November. I feel like what he said up here might get lost in translation once he said he supports AI. There's some people that are just never going to support that shit. There is no happy medium. Our little existence makes them upset. That's why there's no point in reasoning with them. Yeah, I just crack jokes. Like, you people are idiots, bro. I just crack jokes. That's good that they're coming out and supporting the developers and condemning this shit. And once again, keep in mind, the internet is not real life. Last time I checked, Assassin's Creed Shadows was the #1 pre-ordered game on PlayStation 5. So it's funny. These go woke, go broke bros swear Japanese people hate Yasuke, but the pre-order numbers don't reflect that. Also, there was a video that JG showed on his stream where one of the go woke, go broke bros flew to Japan and interviewed people on the street about Yasuke, and they all said, we don't have a problem with it. And the crazy part is, this shows you how stupid these people are. I'm not gonna lie, if I was that type of person where I was trying to push an agenda, and my dumbass spent thousands of dollars to fly to another country to film a video to prove that this agenda is being pushed and that Japanese people hate Yasuke, if I have footage of me taking an L and disproving my agenda, I would delete the footage. This motherfucker uploaded it online. I don't know what he was trying to do. Man's got mad he didn't get the answers he wanted. It just shows you how stupid they are. Just grifters just want some views. They just wanted to be able to write woke in the fucking title because it just gets clicks, basically. They needed them. And like every time, like I seen a post the other day from Boogie2998. I almost replied to it, but then it's like, yeah, I don't like giving those type of people attention, because that's another thing. We got to start ignoring these people too. Sometimes we got to punch them in the mouth, and then there's other times where I believe in you got to learn to fight your battles. That was when I was like, I'm gonna leave that alone. But like I seen a video that like he posted, and like I almost replied to that tweet like, dear God, please don't ever let me be this down bad for some fucking views. Shit is getting weird. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. He literally flew to Japan just to share his displeasure of black people is nasty. There's like, no, we love black people. We love Wu-Tang. Like, like what the fuck? Wu-Tang for the kids. Other Assassin's Creed news I got for you. Multiple Assassin's Creed remakes are on the way. Further reinforcing, one of my biggest problems with X-Defiant is that game launched with no Assassin's class. They put the Splinter Cell echelons in X-Defiant before the Assassins, and there hasn't been a Splinter Cell game in like 15 years. Contextually it makes sense, but like logically it didn't make sense to me. Like, whatever. But the argument I made for Assassins being an X-Defiant is, when I hear the word Ubisoft in 2024, the first thing I think of is Assassin's Creed before anything else. Not Far Cry, not X-Defiant, not For Honor, whatever Ubisoft game you can think. I think of Assassin's Creed, and this further proves it. They know this is their bread and butter. They plan on making remakes, so if you're sick of the game, it ain't going nowhere. In an interview, this must be the same interview, he replied that the series would see a variety of games in the coming years, including numerous remakes. Firstly, players can be excited about some remakes, which will allow us to revisit some of the games we created in the past and modernize them. There are worlds in some of our older Assassin's Creed games that are still extremely rich. Secondly, to answer your question, there will be plenty of experience variety. The goal is to have Assassin's Creed games come out more regularly, but not for it to be the same experience every year. There are a lot of good things to come, including Assassin's Creed Hex, which is the witchcraft one. I'm curious to see how that works. It's supposed to be based like during the Salem witch trials or something like that. It's like some witchcraft shit, and also it's supposed to be more investigation heavy. So like some witchcraft Batman shit. I don't know. We'll see when we see the gameplay. Which we've announced, which is going to be a very different game from Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're going to surprise people, I think. Yeah, we don't care about the reports in the past. Like I said, I don't know. Assassin's Creed Japan might be my last one. I don't know. Because like I'm not into like the witchcraft shit. I'm not into this devil shit. I don't know. I got to see some gameplay before I get excited about it. Like it bothers me that he's coming out and it's like, I want to support you guys, but it's like, yeah, there's going to be more than ever. We're going to get remakes, new games. Like, God damn, that rumor that came out like a year ago about them launching their own launcher for Assassin's Creed experiences, I think it's true. I don't mind them revisiting old areas, but through a new point of view to keep it refreshing, since they're stressing to the point that their old worlds still have a lot of richness to it. Nah, this just reeks of they're down bad on cash, because keep in mind, every year a new article comes out that Ubisoft is in danger of being a victim of hostile takeover. And this is just them trying to reinvigorate nostalgia to get those sales up. Because also they're making a Prince of Persia remake too. So they can get those sales up, and then I don't know where they go from there. But I miss the days when Ubisoft used to innovate. I feel like the last time they really tried to try something new, and even still was kind of within their formula, was with Watch Dogs 1. I feel like that's like the last game they really tried to try something new. But I don't know. It is what it is. Did the Alone in the Dark remake come out? I don't know. Chad, y'all know what he's talking about? You mentioned it in that you don't be into that demonic witchcraft folklore. Are you a churchgoer who prays every Sunday? No, I'm just not into that shit. I'm just not into that shit. Two things can be true. Oh, other open world news. CD Projekt Red said its new Boston studio means Cyberpunk 2 will be more authentically American. Ladies and gentlemen, burgers, glizzies, eagles, and American flags are coming to Cyberpunk 2. Let's see what they're talking about. Development of the sequel, which is codenamed Project Orion, is being headed by CD Projekt Red's North American arm, which has studios in Boston and Vancouver. In the latest episode studio of Answered Podcast, acting executive producer Dan Hernberg said that it was appropriate to have the sequel to be developed in North America. They said they really wanted to entrench themselves in American culture. They really wanted to get a feel for what it was like to see firsthand Biden and Trump be incoherent on stage, not answer questions, and talk about golf and drink beer. I think Cyberpunk is obviously a uniquely American story, he said. It's got a lot of like punk energy and it was written by an American, so it just seems right to do it in America. Associate game director Paul Sasko then gave an example of a situation in which Cyberpunk 2077 didn't feel American enough. According to Sasko, the first game's manhole covers looked more like they were used in parts of Europe instead of the US where the game was set. I don't think that's a big deal. I think the pushback to that would be like, well, it was set in the future, so we don't even really know what it looks like. I don't really care that much. We don't know what it looks like in the future. But anyways, like the manholes that are covering the roads, right? Sasko said. There was this post of Reddit where the guy saying that there's this immersion breaking bug in Cyberpunk, and the bug was about the fact that the covers for the manholes for the sewers were the manholes that you usually normally see in Europe and Germany for a pavement. That's what y'all complaining about? Nigga, I fell through the map when the game came out. They complained about manholes. Those are not manholes that normally cover in America on the streets. This is basically showing you the difference, right? Well, if they really want to be American and they want to talk about the manholes, if I jump down into a manhole, there better be a Ninja Turtle and a big ass rat. When you go to America, there's things like hydrants where they're placed and what they look like. The street lights, the position of that, the trash bins, right? They're in front of the houses, right by the street. In Poland and Europe, you don't see them almost anywhere. There's so much nuance, Dance, when we talk about it. He called it Americana. Our curbs are different. Our color is different for all our signs. Everything's just slightly different. It doesn't break immersion, but it's just that little thing where you're like, well, maybe this wasn't made by the people who live here or people who fully understand all of American culture. I guess. I don't really care about this. I thought it was going to dive something deeper into it. Like, I thought there was going to be a mission where you get pulled over as the police. I thought they were going to put a mission in there exclusively, like, because you can make your own character. An exclusive mission you only can unlock if you make a black character where you get pulled over by the police and you get harassed. That's what I'm thinking. It's the future. It's not that deep. Whatever. If that's what they want to do, more power to them, but I don't personally care like that. Yeah, it's 2077. What are you talking about, bro? None of us know what America's going to be like in 2077. And then last but not least, breaking news. Amazon is partnering with Xbox to deliver their streaming service to Amazon Fire TV devices. Now, I remember I talked about this on stream one time. People were asking me, what do you think the future of consoles is? And I said, I'm not saying it will be, but I'm surprised nobody has not produced an all-in-one. And what I mean by all-in-one is, instead of give people the option to buy an Xbox, but also give people an option to buy a TV with the Xbox built into it already. Just put all the specs inside of the PC. Then somebody can just, if they don't care about, having the actual platform, then they can just mount it to their wall and sit on their couch or whatever. Xbox cloud gaming option is a great option for those who don't, and I feel like this is kind of like a halfway thing. Don't fancy shelling out a pricey video game console or gaming PC, offering hundreds of games for a $15 per month fee bundled with the Xbox Game Pass. Playable on Android devices, iOS, yeah, we know. Xbox games are still designed for television screens, however, and playing many cloud games on a phone can be fiddly affair, even with the best Xbox Cloud game mobile controllers. Even if you don't have an Xbox console, man, let's get to the fucking TV. Sony PlayStation hardware look gonna be nasty. The expansion of the Xbox gaming to Fire TV devices offers players another option for enjoying their favorite games using devices they already own, said Ashley Miskett, who leads Xbox Cloud Gaming as the CVP for Xbox experiences. For those who don't own an Xbox console, this provides an affordable and convenient way to get started. With the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, there's something for every type of player. We look forward to having more people join the Xbox gaming community. We're committed to making it easy for customers to access their favorite entertainment experience with the Fire TV. I guess if you're like balling on a budget, this is an option because I have an Amazon Fire TV. I bought it because it was cheaper and the reviews are really good. I'm not gonna lie, and I actually really like the TV. It's a good TV. I think I paid $250 for it during like Prime Day. I think normally it goes for like $350 or something like that. I got a 55-inch. Like for that size, it was a really good price. If I was in the market for a new TV, I would get one of these, but I'm not. I think that's the issue. But if you're balling on a budget and you have to decide between getting an Xbox and a television, maybe this is an option for people because you have internet. Just buy the all-in-one where you can stream games from your TV. If all you play is single-player games, because streaming multiplayer games is a bitch. I wouldn't do that. Like trying to play Street Fighter or Tekken streaming, because now you got a shitty net code between streaming the game and then actually being online. I feel like it would just fuck up the net code even more. But if you're a single-player gamer who's balling on a budget and you have to choose between a $500 console and a new TV, this might be an option for you. How much would it cost though? I don't think it would be that expensive because Amazon Fire TVs are, like I said, I paid $250 for mine, and like normally it's like $350. Not if you got gigabit. Just an option. Get you a controller, sit at the couch. You can hook up the Ethernet cable to your TV, can't you? Yeah, you can, bro. What the fuck is balling on a budget? It's just shit niggas say when they on a budget to make themselves feel better, all right? Bro, we're not trying to poor shame here. Relax. I'm trying to show people options. I'm not against more options. Let's see. Amazon Fire TV, 55-inch. Yeah, it's $379 right now. So if you wait for a sale, their TVs are cheaper, but I think they're not cheap because I was kind of hesitant to buy it. I thought it was going to be a poor quality TV. They're just cheaper because I think they're trying to undercut the competition. Their TVs are good. The Amazon Fire TVs, they're good. Yeah, they go on sale often. It's an option.